everybody, my name's Daniel, and this is why I gave the Peanut Butter Falcon a B+. In the Peanut Butter Falcon, Zach, played by Gottsagen, is a young man with Down syndrome who pursues his dream of becoming a pro wrestler. The only problem is he's stuck in a state-mandated living situation, more specifically, a retirement home. So he does the logical thing and breaks out. And he's being chased by his caretaker, Eleanor, played by Dakota Johnson. On the way, he meets a troubled fisherman, an outlaw named Tyler, played by Shia LaBeouf, and the two form that classic sort of reluctant friendship turned into family situation as they team up, train Zach for wrestling, and kind of learn what it means to pick and choose your own family. If you've seen movies like Mud or Swiss Army Man or O Brother Where Art Thou, you'll kind of get what kind of movie this is. It's very sun-kissed, fried catfish, cooking s'mores over an open fire, that southern rock, bluegrass, folk feel. It's very nostalgic and romantic, you know, with a capital R. Kind of look at the South and humanity and friendship and all that. It's a very lean movie. It goes by, I think, 90 minutes with the credits. I left kind of in the middle of them. And very fast-paced. This movie does not waste any time, and for the major beats of the story, it has no fat on it at all. Super lean. All the plants and payoffs really work, and all the characters work as well. But by far, the best quality of this movie, performances across the board. I know that Shia LaBeouf is a crazy man, and I know he's got that reputation, but sometimes I think we forget how good of an actor he can be. I mean, he's playing this type of very sort of smarmy, not really smarmy, he's sort of a scamp. That kind of screw-up that's always on the wrong side, but he always has a quip to say. And that's something that Shia LaBeouf can play in his sleep, anywhere from Transformers to Indiana Jones to even Stevens and Holes. It's basically his bread and butter. But now there's just so much warmth in his eyes, and there's so much tenderness, and there's this real kind of ragged charm about him in this movie that made me kind of remember how much I really like Shia LaBeouf when he's working at his best. But his counterpart, Zach Gottsagen, is easily the breakout of this movie. He's so much fun, and he's so fiery. You know immediately, as soon as you see this guy, how he can put on a cute face to get people to like him, but then immediately he has his own little scheme in the back, extremely mischievous, and he has so much wonderful comedic timing that this guy is just electric. He's the heart of the movie. The movie does not work without him, and he's fantastic in it all the way through. I also like Dakota Johnson as a very kind of sweet, tender kind of performance. The only problem I have is that the movie very much keeps her in the first to second dimension. She doesn't really have a lot of backstory beyond, you know, the three-step backstory, as I like to call it. Sidebar, the trailers were really weird here. I had like a John Cena Nickelodeon comedy, I had the Terrence Malick movie that's supposedly winning Best Picture, and then I had a trailer for the movie that I was sitting there to watch. And for a second I thought I was in the wrong theater, but I guess not. Back to what I was talking about. The supporting cast is just so much fun. Bruce Dern, Thomas Hayden Church, the almighty Mick Foley. And these guys are given so much material to chew on and have fun with and get wild and crazy and goofy. It just kind of puts a smile on your face all the way through, and I love each individual bit of flavor that these characters put into the movie as a whole. You even got John Hawkes from 3 Billboards last year playing a similar type of bad guy, and he's really scowly and menacing and creepy, and that works really well too. The one thing that doesn't really work about the movie is, unfortunately, that really fast pace. I think it detracts from a lot of the emotions that I wanted to feel. You know, from the climax down to the end of the movie, if you're looking at one of those old school story maps, the climax to the ending isn't enough to, like, roll down the hill even once. It's so fast and so rushed that the emotions that I wanted to feel, that were built up all throughout the movie, and I really felt for these characters, it kind of just dropped off quickly. And as a result, that kind of makes some of the conflict not really feel that conflicting. It doesn't feel like there's a lot of stakes going on. And I'm not saying this is an end-of-the-world movie, but I just really got invested with these characters and these fights that could happen, and where is this gonna go? And when it ended, it was kind of like, oh, it ended. I mean, I guess it was a good ending, but I wanted more, you know? Give me maybe 10 to 15 minutes more of this movie, and I totally would have been in it. And my audience would have been in it too. There's a bunch of people in that crowd, from young to old, that had a real blast with this one, and I think maybe just a little bit longer, we could have definitely afforded that. There's this guy that's playing kind of like a mystical Negro stereotype, and again, a couple more minutes with him might have developed him more as an actual character as opposed to the kind of stereotype. And because things are moving by so quickly, you feel like that's a random pit stop, and you're just like, oh, that's very strange. I wouldn't have put that in there. I would have extended it somehow. But none of these things should detract you from my recommendation, which is go see it. Go see it in the theater, see it with your family. If you're kind of dreading the fall beginning and you really want to cling on to the summer, go watch this movie. It is warm, it is funny, it is full of heart and full of adventure. But that's my time. Thank you very much for watching. If you want to keep hanging out with me, subscribe to the channel. And right now, it is time for you to choose your own adventure between one of these videos. This one is going to be my review of David Cronenberg's Scanners, and this one is going to be my Blu-ray update with a free digital code giveaway for the month of August. You've got a decision to make. Thank you again for watching. Y'all take care.